You don't need a new face to become more attractive. You just need to do these small things. In this video, I'm going over 10 things that actually work. Just some small things people notice in real life that you have 100% control over. So let's start with the haircut that actually fits your face. I used to think a haircut was either fresh or it wasn't. Either your barber cooked or you up. But what took me a while to realize is that a haircut isn't just shortening the hair. What it's doing is framing your face, and the wrong framing can make the cut look bad, even if the haircut itself isn't. A haircut that doesn't fit you can make your head look wider, your forehead look bigger, or your face look rounder than it actually is. But the right one will do the opposite. It can make your jawline look a little more masculine and draw attention to your best features. And this is exactly why copying someone else's haircut isn't the best idea. You see a guy with a clean buzz cut and you think, damn, I need that. But he's got a different head shape, different hairline, and different hair texture than you. Meaning the cut alone isn't the only thing that makes it look good. If your face is rounder, leaving some height on top can make it look longer. Now if your face is already a little too long, too much height is going to exaggerate it. If you've got a bigger forehead, slicking everything back just draws more attention to it. So instead, you should go with something with a little more texture up front. It usually frames it better. What finally clicked for me is realizing that a barber can give you the perfect haircut, but if the framing is wrong, it's not going to look good. So stop showing them pictures of some other guy. Instead, you should ask some questions. Ask what will actually work for your face shape and how much length to leave on top. You also want to take pictures on days your hair looks its best. That's going to give you and your barber something to work off of instead of just guessing. Good facial hair. There's a difference between having a beard and just not shaving. We all know a guy who swears he had the best beard, but in reality, it was terrible. But a beard that's shaped right can make your jawline look stronger and your face look more mature. But listen, the second the lineup fades or the neck overgrows, it's gonna look a mess. And that's something I see most guys struggle with, letting the beard grow way too far down the neckline. From the front, it may look fine, but from the side, it's gonna kill the separation between your face and your neck. Especially if you barely have a jawline to begin with, this is one you really want to avoid. So your neckline should sit slightly above your Adam's apple. And we're not trying to drop $70 every week on a haircut. So what you need to do is get yourself a good trimmer. You can do this in 5 minutes. But this is important. You don't need the perfect beard genetics. Some stubble or a shorter beard sometimes look even better than forcing a long one. And if you're one of those guys whose beard comes in thicker at the chin than the cheeks, you can actually use that to your advantage. Keep the cheeks shorter, leave a little more length at the chin. This is gonna build a nice shape like you're sculpting your face. And if you do your trims at home, no one's gonna directly compliment you on your clean neckline. Instead, they'll just say something like, did you get a haircut? Because when everything's cleaned up, it gives your week-old haircut a nice refresh. Clothes that fit your current body. I went through a phase where I dressed bigger because bigger felt safer. If my clothes were oversized, everything was hidden, so there was nothing to worry about. So I thought. There's a point where it starts making you look bigger than you actually are. And I know a lot of guys do the opposite too. Wearing stuff that's too small because they're about to lose the weight. Either way, you're pulling your shirt down, adjusting your waistband, and wondering if something looks bad. Fit is about giving your body a shape that people can actually see. Your shirt should have a little room around the stomach, and your pants should sit comfortably at the waist. No squeezing into something just because you want to stretch it out. What actually fixed it for me is finding that good middle ground. Also, forget about the number on the size tag too. This is a big one. A medium in one brand fits like a large in another. No one sees a size tag anyway, so if you have to go up or down a few sizes, don't let your ego stop you. A clean, simple outfit. A lot of guys think getting more stylish means adding more, but the best outfits I've seen aren't complicated. They're clean. A white tee, good denim, and some clean sneakers will beat any trendy outfit. The easiest fix is building a color system. Pick a few neutrals that work with almost anything. And if you need some inspo, just look to guys with similar body types as yours. Study what they're doing, how their pants are cut, where their shirt hits, and how many colors they're using. You're not copying them 100%. You're just trying to find out what works, because your personal style comes after that. Clean shoes. No lie, I've seen plenty of guys get rejected just because their sneakers were beat. Now is that shallow? Yes, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Also, you have to know the difference between shoes that look worn and shoes that look beat. A pair of old leather boots can look better with some wear on them. Now a beat pair of white sneakers almost never does. Shoes get noticed because that's the last thing someone sees when they're looking at your outfit. So my suggestion is to build a nice little rotation. You're not gonna run the same pair into the ground when you have a couple to pick from. Hygiene. You don't need a 12-step routine. You just want to look like you put a little effort in. So you can start simple. Use an actual face cleanser, not a bar of soap, moisturizer, and sunscreen, especially if you work outside. Same goes for your lips, since they're both pretty noticeable up close. Keep a nice lip balm somewhere you'll actually use it. Again, you don't have to have flawless skin. You just want to put a little extra effort in. That's what's going to separate you. A scent people want to be close to. You don't want to be that guy who walks into a room and their cologne is just too overpowering. I think we've all been there. You only want someone to notice it when they're actually close enough to talk to you. It's like that one kid in gym class that played basketball and afterwards just sprayed sprayed himself with that chocolate axe, hoping it will cover the scent. What's also important is you want to make sure the scent matches the situation. So something fresh and clean can work during the day or in warmer weather. Now something a little warmer, maybe a little sweeter, works better at night or when it's cold out. People are gonna forget about your outfit. What they're not gonna forget about is your hygiene. None of this requires you to be rich, tall, or perfect. It just requires you to have some consistency and good habits. It's all in your control at the end of the day. As always, I appreciate you boys for watching, especially if you watched to this point, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.